Well, hey there guys, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and we're going to do another beer review. Now, if you have just come across us here on YouTube, then like, share and subscribe to this channel. We've got some tunes playing in the background because we like good house music. We also like hoppy beer, and that's what we're going to review right now. We're going to review some beer. Now, this is another virgin beer review for me. This is the second of 2 cans of beer I picked up in Asda the other day. Now, these are exclusive to Asda, so they're like their home brand beers, if you like. It's only a little diddy can, so let's see what we're going to get here. This is what we are reviewing right now, people. This is the West Coast Pale Ale. Zoom in so you can get that properly. West Coast Pale Ale from Badco Limited. Badco are based in North Yorkshire, a place called Dishforth, RAF Dishforth, between Thirsk and Ripon, North Yorkshire. It's 5.6% ABV. Now, not so long ago I reviewed their American IPA, which was at 5%. Normally I'd probably expect an IPA to be stronger than a pale ale, but I didn't brew it. I don't know. That's not shaggy. So there you go. It's got sort of a tropical thing on the can. There's a zebra there. Cool. Right then, we'll get it into the old glass. Check out the appearance. The American IPA was quite good, and this as well as the American IPA. Bear in mind, this is a bit stronger. So this is 5.6%. The American IPA was 5%. It's the same price. It's £1.25 a can. £1.25 for a 5.6% beer. That's pretty decent. Right. It has been refrigeratored. It's been out of the fridge about 10-15 minutes. Wasn't in the fridge for that long. It was down underneath here where my beer stash is. So it's sort of kept at room temperature, but it's away from radiators and stuff. So, right, that's what it looks like. So we've got some fizz going on there in the glass, bit of carbonation, not overly carbonated, not much of a head going on. Let me see if I can swirl it around a bit and get it to liven up somewhat without spilling it all over the floor. Still much of a head going on. Looks rather thin for 5.6%. I don't know if this is the glass though, because it has been washed up and warmed, so very sort of clear and transparent. Wouldn't say there's much haze going on there. I can see myself through it. Let's see what we get then. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to give it a whiff. See what we can sniff. Oh, it's very sweet tropical. Very malty smell though. I've got some sweet tropical, so I think there is some sort of citrusy hops in there, but my goodness, there's a lot of scotchy sort of sweetness from the malt. Very much so. Overpowers it somewhat. Oh, almost smells like a barley wine. What to make of this? Not much head. Tell you what, better try it, Anna. Let's give it a taste. See what we get. So, bottoms up and down the old hatchet. Thank goodness the taste is better than the smell. Right, swirl it around a bit now. Sort of reactivate it a bit. There we go. Apologies for the beer belly swirling around as well. There you go, look at that, that's more like it. Why did it pour like that? Look at that. It's much more like it. Look at the lacing on that. Ooh, clinging to the side. Lacing. Still not getting much more from the smell. have to say I'm somewhat disappointed with this so far. Although saying that, it's £1.25 a can. I mean, what are you expecting? £1.25 a can. Tune coming on here. What is it? Some old school late 90s, early 2000s house. French style, if you like your French house music. What you're hearing in the background is a belter. What we call in the industry a banger or a belter. And fortunately this beer I can't say the same. It's very malty, very sweet malty. West Coast Pale Ale, I'd expect it to be blonde in colour or certainly lighter in colour. And I'd expect some sort of in-your-face hops, some of the sea hops maybe. This is very heavily malt based, and specifically it's got the tropical essence on the can. Well hopped earthy pale ale with a fruity kick. Expect big refreshing flavours. That's what it says on the front of the can. Not really what I'm getting from this. There's hops there because I can taste them, but this to me is very much, it's what I call a traditional British IPA. The types that they used to send over to the troops in India. A lot of British sort of hops and some heavy malts in there that bigs up the ABV, so it can last the boat journey to India. West Coast Pale Ale. Well, the colour, as you can see there, hold it up, is more traditional pale ale colour. So you're looking at dark amber to like mahogany, dark amber chestnut colour. The smell is 100% sweet malt. Tiny little bit of tropical essence because I got it there at first, the whiff, but then the sweetness was really from the malt, not from the hops. So it's brewed exclusively for Asda. Badco stands for Brewing and Distillery Company. They said they're based in RAF Dishforth. Right, so have a look at the ingredients. They are all labelled on the back there. I'm sure you got a chance to read it when I went, I'll read it for you. Some malts, pale ale, dextrin and light crystal. Hops, Summit, Cascade and Chinook. So there's 2 of the 5 sea hops in this. I beg to differ. Now, I'll summarise in just a second. I'm just going to waffle for a minute, so feel free to fast forward. A little pre-Christmas present I got to myself. I got a advent calendar beer advent calendar, should I say it in the right order. Beer advent calendar from lowcostbeers.com. Check them out. They sell beers that are either past their best before date or just about to come up to them. There's nothing really wrong with beer after its best before date. I suppose some beers can be like a fine wine, it can age. It's not going to kill you, put it that way. And I had some strange beers in that. I didn't review them, by the way, for the channel, because if they're out classes out of date, I just don't think it's fair on the brewery or the beer if I do review it and it's past its best. This, however, has a date on it on standby. Yeah, November 2021. So it's got ages to go. But I did, anyway, getting back to what I was trying to get at, I had a session IPA that looked and tasted very similar to this. And it was, I think, 4.3% or something. This doesn't taste like a 5.6% beer. It just tastes very sweet. Very sort of sweet malty, bit nutty. There's a dash of the hops in there. There is. They are there. Whether they were just wafted over the top or something, I don't know. By the way, I'm joking. I'm not a brewing expert. I don't claim to be. It's just, this isn't really my cup of tea. Some people may love it, and I tell you what, if you want like a traditional pale ale or maybe a traditional English style IPA, go get a can of that from Asda. It's £1.25, so you know, value wise, I suppose per volume, it's not bad, but I'm really not getting the 2 of the 5 C hops in there. It's not terrible, so I can drink it. Now, as I was saying, I bought that beer advent calendar, and there was 2 of the beers there that I had a few mouthfuls out of, and it went down the sink. This isn't going to go down the sink. It's not that bad. See, so far on the channel, I've kind of liked all the beers I've had, but that. Sort of down here. It's halfway, but a bit below. I won't buy that again. I really wanted to like it as well, because the Badcoat American IPA wasn't bad. I'd give that a thumbs up. I'd have that again. And they're a Yorkshire brewery, a Yorkshire lad at heart. Sorry, Badcoat, but that's just bad. Well, it's not great. Ciao for now, people.